You could put your purchases there, less returns, or returns outwards, or whatever you want to put it. Take it away from there and put that out there, and then add that. You could actually do it in 3 columns.
2 is okay.
2 is okay, provided we can follow what the candidate has done, and we're looking for a calculation and a label quite often, particularly at this level. And then they come up with less closing inventory. Take it away from there. So they finish. That figure there is the cost of sales. Now the fact they put the heading there, they would get the one there. If they don't put the heading there, then they need to say cost of sales here.
But what about drawing adjustment and carriage inward adjustment?
As long as it features somewhere in that calculation, we don't mind.
Okay.
They could even put it underneath the closing, underneath there if you wanted to.
And would that be fine if they directly deducted drawings adjustment in bracket form from purchases?
Goods for own use. Yeah.
Perfect.
I've been asked before if they put less and then show it in brackets, will they be marked wrong because mathematically they got two negatives equals a positive, therefore it should no. Provided they're following it down. I don't know anything like that.
So would that be acceptable?
As long as they've taken it away, of course, yeah. I don't think that because they put less and put it in brackets, they then add it on. That's wrong. So then they finish up with the gross profit. There. Okay. So the sales revenue figure, probably a straight lift from the data, no marks. The opening inventory, probably a straight lift from the data, no marks. The purchases, a straight lift from the data, but they have to adjust that for goods taken for own use or something like that. They would be rewarded. This is where we start to award marks, when the candidates correctly apply adjustments to figures. This is where marks are awarded. For just lifting data that's in the trial balance, no marks. So within here, this calculation here, then yes, they're starting to pick up marks because they're adjusting this for the returns. They're adjusting it for carriage inwards. Particularly on a manufacturing account, they're bringing carriage inwards here. A mark for the cost of sales. And then we finish up with gross profit. And you'll quite often see 10F, own figure. And underpinning that, sometimes on the mark scheme, you might see the words no aliens.
Yes.
No. No aliens means nothing is in there that shouldn't be in there. So if the candidate puts carriage outwards in here as well as carriage inwards, or puts carriage outwards instead of carriage inwards, that is an alien. It's in there and shouldn't be. Therefore, they lose that figure. That's what no aliens means. The classic is when they come onto the income statement and they put drawings in as an expense. That is an alien.
Okay.
It shouldn't be there. No own figure mark for the answer, for their profit for the year, because they've included an alien.
If there is carriage inwards and a mark is offered for that, and they put the wrong figure there, then it's not an alien, right? The mark is offered for carriage inwards.
Okay, so the mark is for carriage inwards,
Yeah, and
but they actually put the figure for carriage outwards.
Wrong figure.
Yeah,
But
wrong
the label
figure.
is correct.
Correct.
Then
Yeah.
they get the own figure mark.
Yes,
for
they
the
do.
client, right?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
But the label is carriage outwards, then it's an alien. Then
Yes, yes. Which is what we try not to do is penalise twice. Now, what you've said there, we could actually penalise them twice in a way, because if there was a mark for carriage inwards, albeit we probably wouldn't adjust the carriage inwards, we would have that as a lift from the data. So the fact they're lifting it from the data wouldn't be rewarded anyway.
If they don't include the figure,
If they exclude the figure, we would probably still give them one for the gross profit, because there's no alien. So they put the carriage inwards in the expenses. We're going to penalise them at the bottom there as to the profit for the year, because now it is an alien. It's in there and shouldn't be. So they haven't been penalised there. So they've still got the one own figure for the gross profit. Then they come onto the income statement. They put the carriage inwards in there. Alien, lose the figure at the bottom. Yeah.
One thing I need to ask regarding a statement of financial position. Many students ask us back in Pakistan whether there is a correct format for liabilities and equity part, which should mention equity first or liability, or whether anything is acceptable. The bottom part of the statement of financial position.
Usually it's equity first, right?
First we write equity, then non-current liabilities, then current liabilities.
Okay. Option 1.
All right. Capital is equal to assets plus
Total assets,
liabilities and equity.
equity plus non-current plus current.
Current liability.
They call total capital.
Option 2.
For
Option.
one thing, what if for the option 2 they write non-current liability and then current liability then equity? Is this the matter?
I personally wouldn't penalise that. I'm more interested that the child knows what goes where.
Absolutely.
The order is less important. Certainly with the current assets, we don't penalise if it's not in the inventory, trade receipt, we don't penalise that. They can do it any order.
But according to A levels, IS1,
IAS is followed, yes. That is what I
IS for
understand.
IS said non-current current, equity plus non-current plus current. Okay, same presentation is always apply on O-levels examination.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind either.
Yeah, that is what my question is. How far IAS is implemented at O levels?
Not at all.
Not at
Not
all.
Apart from the language.
All right.
I would call it profit for the year, and I wouldn't rather than net profit. Although net profit you see is
The
going to be
order
marked
is,
correct.
I think the order is the requirement for IAS, international.
Well,
Regulation.
we'd
That is what we
be
follow
a
in
bit
A-levels
stricter
as
at
well.
A level, but yeah. This is not A level.
So order is not an issue in order. That's perfect.
I think that either of those options would be acceptable.
We are used to I think option 2.
It's fine.
Is option 1
Yeah, is option 1 is still applicable? Is option 1?
Why not?
But this
What
is
about-
obsolete from
yeah, this is
the
obsolete.
course.
They have taken out it back in 2015.
Last option one is non-current. Current
non-current.
minus current
Yeah,
asset
working
minus
capital.
current liability equal to working capital.
And we have to include non-current liability in equity part, finance
Okay,
part.
so what have they done? It's set those to ensure the working capital.
Working capital.
Working capital. But this
That
is
the
old format.
Obsolete.
So
They wouldn't be marked wrong.
Which has came to put in the website that there had been separate formats used, but now the method they use is this.
Option
Option
2.
two.
Option 2.
So the methods are also accepted, but they are using this method. That's what they said. So we have no problem.
I wouldn't mind which you use, to be honest. I don't mind at A level which you use, which they use. You get no marks for balancing it, by the way, so tell them not to waste time trying to balance it. If it doesn't balance, don't worry. Move on. Never get a mark for balancing the balance sheet or statement of financial position.
So A is also acceptable.
At any level, even professional exams. There's no. I don't think I've ever seen a mark awarded for balancing the balance sheet.
Yeah.
Actually, apart from perhaps where the question actually states use the bank or use something as the balancing figure. Then we like to see it balanced because there's been a mark awarded for doing what we've told them to do. So we've said, I know we've used it on A level. I don't want to get to it, but I know on A level we've asked the question before now. We've said use the cash and cash equivalents as the balancing figure.
This is in A levels.
Yeah, and then thered be a mark awarded for them using it to balance it. But there's not really a mark. If they can balance a balance sheet, good luck to them. But don't waste time. Is my advice to you and to tell your children. Don't tell them not to waste time. If they don't balance the balance sheet, move on. There's no mark for it. We are interested that they know what goes